right? But if you're consuming for the intent of distributing, that's where the rubber meets the road, man. That's where you can make an impact in the world.
Welcome to the Guy Gamer blog. You haven't met me before, but I'm Aaron Rayleigh. I'm the creator of this vlog. We're not walking around. This is not just guys.
We're not driving.
We just started. Thank you so much for watching the first episode. If you haven't seen it, you can. There'll be a link in the description below for you to watch that. But we're not driving around. We're not seeing anything because of this whole COVID-19 thing.
Yeah.
So
we got the coronavirus.
Yeah, it's just everywhere.
It's everywhere.
We're social distancing. Kind of.
We can't social distance because of the distance in the camera. It just doesn't work. It's
right.
So if you get it, it's. I got it. If I got it, you get it. It's just the way it's going to be. Yeah, where it's too bad.
So this is your house.
This is my house. Here we are. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we will show you around a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is.
It's about half finished, so we'll show you the parts that are finished, so it looks nice. Yeah.
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 This half is finished. The other half is also finished, but this is what everything else looks like. That's what we're looking at. That's you guys.
What's up?
Got all this stuff.
Here we are.
Yeah, the rest of it's in there, but you can't see that. So, dude, your Instagram lately.
Yeah.
You've been on it.
Going hard.
It's been awesome.
Going hard.
There's been all kinds of encouraging things on there. I know my wife and I love seeing the posts.
Yeah.
Super helpful.
Yeah. It's interesting when you begin to shift or make changes, how people notice. And interestingly, those people may or may not be the ones who are clicking like, but they'll make comments to you if you see them out. I took somebody to coffee and they were like, dude, what's going on with all the posts? Like, why so many? What's the deal?
Yeah.
And it's like, even kind of hating, which lends to the idea and the fact of the stuff that I've been posting about. You're going to have opposition. People are going to be like, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to be, like some Instagram celebrity? Why are you trying to, it's like, no,
kinds of hate.
It's not that, right?
No.
It's about going the extra mile. It's about doing a good job, and it's about reminding people what you do so that when they have a need, they know where to go. Staying top of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's helpful for some of you who are already in the real estate industry or investing, who may not know or may not be following you yet on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Probably are. Chances are you are if you're watching this. If not, you should. Also, the link will be in the bio.
Yeah.
But like, how did you come to a point where you decided, all right, I need to be more involved on social media, utilizing that as a tool? Mm-hmm. Talk kind of through that decision process. Was it something you spent a lot of time considering, or was it just something that you're like, it makes sense?
Yeah, so I think one of the things is recognizing where people are getting their information, right? It's so important to understand the consumer themselves and understand where marketing is happening, right? So it used to be that we did, when I first got into the business as a kid, at 19 years old, we did a lot of print marketing. We're doing a lot of flyers. We're doing a lot of mailers. We're sending out open house invitations and things like that via mail. And a lot of the concepts are similar. A lot of them are the same in terms of, hey, you got to have 8 touches. You've got to touch someone 8 times before they even recognize that they've seen you before, right? And so realizing that there's been a major shift in communication, in marketing, in where people are spending time, and going there, being there, recognizing that if my goal and my strengths are in being able to get my clients good information and get it in front of people, if it's a listing that's for sale, if it's a buyer who's looking for something that's difficult to find, I've got to be in front of people. Well, where are people looking? Where are their eyes? How do I get in front of them? And right now that's social media, and so that's where I am.
Yeah. So for anybody that's like that's watching right now, if you are in real estate, if you're an investor, if you're a business owner, if you're just trying to grow your influence, social media is clearly where you need to be. One of my favorite strategist. His name is Brady Shearer. He's with a company called Pro Church Tools.
Yeah.
And he says we're in the largest communication shift in 500 years.
Yeah.
Everything is going online.
Yeah.
And so like there's a necessity for people to be there.
Yeah.
Especially for you as a business owner.
Yeah. And look at where we're at today, right? We've been forced into that through this pandemic, right? We're being forced to be able to work online, and this is going to make a difference in how people do business, and what we're going to find out is how we're able to do it well and how we aren't. And so I think we've played in that kiddie pool for a while. You've seen a lot of online stuff. LinkedIn is filled with this network of businesses that are trying to work together, and it's turned into Facebook, right? It's very personal. And so I think that you're going to see a shift in how that happens because we're being forced into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you look at your Instagram, it was a lot of personal. You did post some things about real estate on your personal page.
Sure. Yeah.
But it seems like there was a stark. All right, we're starting. It like you can look at the feed and see, personal, and
right.
motivation and innovation and ideas.
Right.
Quotes, and you're even quoting other successful people.
Yeah. So I think two things in that, right? The first thing is, why a stark difference? Why all of a sudden did it shift? Where did that come from, and why? And I think what's important to know about that, from a personal standpoint, is that I have this circle of influence that's around me. These people who are around me, and there's been a consistent just sort of message from them of like, man, that information that you have, you need to be sharing that in some way. You need to be speaking at these meetings, or you need to be going here, you need to be doing this. And actually I was planning on being in a meeting last week to share some of that information, but of course, the social distancing, and so that got canceled. But the idea really behind that is, what I did was I started to listen more to the people who are around me. They're telling me that they have a need, that they recognize there's a need in the public sphere for information from someone that they trust and that they know and there's a connection with, and I decided finally that I was going to do that. That if people had that need and they were asking me for it, I was going to provide it. I wasn't just going to give them the business that I've always given them, that I've always believed that has been the extra mile. But I was going to then help to educate them as well, and inspire them to do things the way that I've seen them work, to put that into practice and to put the rubber to the road, and just kind of share the experiences that I've had outside of a couple sentences here and there.
Yeah. So look at this post. You really are trying to motivate people into like a better way of doing their business.
Yeah, and a lot of it's a better headspace. What I know for me is that I need that motivation, right? Like, I need that baseball coach who wants me to do it right and to do it well, and just keeps hitting me grounders over and over and over again, even though the rest of the team is like, hey, we're here to practice too. But my coach is like, hey, I see that you're not, the time you're taking from glove to being up top to throw the ball is too long. We need to shorten that up, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to get you there. We're going to get you there. And so I need that. And so these things, these concepts and these ideas help me in my headspace, right? And so I want to take that information and share it, recognizing that other people are struggling with those things too. Other people are thinking about how Instagram and Facebook and social media in general is this. It's fake news, right? It's all edited. It's all people's highlight reels, and I want to take that space, and I want to redirect it to the right place. I want to change the way people are thinking in general, but I want them to feel good about what they're doing. I want them to be in a space where they're coming at it from a positive mindset, and they're saying, I may not be the best at this right now, but I could be, but I can be if I put the work into it and I set my mind on that and move toward it.
It sounds like it's less about showing off
Yeah.
more about like you're talking to yourself, you're
Right.
preaching to yourself,
Right.
preaching to the choir,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
And you know, like you're a man of faith. We know that. Like, and, you know, the Bible talks about like things coming from an overflow. You know,
Sure.
so this idea of like I need it, so I'm going to consume it until it's like overflowing, and then share what's, you know, coming from that overflow
Yeah.
of information. And
Yeah, and I think that's the thing about being in a consumer culture is that we see it. Again, I hate to go back to what's culturally happening now, but everybody is storing up toilet paper as if like this virus is going to make them have to use the bathroom a lot or something. I don't even know what the desire behind that is, right? But if you store that up and you're not willing to share it with others, then you're just consuming. Right, but if you're consuming for the intent of distributing, that's where the rubber meets the road, man. That's where you can make an impact in the world. And it's not always just about real estate. You know, I saw that somebody posted a review on Google for my staff about how they had a previous eviction and they had done an application and they couldn't qualify because of the standards that we have. But we walked them through how to get that squared away and how to get that taken care of so that while they couldn't rent from us, they would be able to rent in the future. So they didn't end up even working with us.
Yeah.
We didn't end up making any money on what they were doing, but we want to change the culture. We want to change what's happening in our business and around us. And so you go the extra mile by being helpful and putting people first.
so was that like the idea of going an extra mile? Did that come from like your upbringing? Was that something that you developed over time? Was that
Sure.
something you were born with? Like,
Definitely not born with that. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like people tell me all the time, Guy, you're so disciplined. Like, how do you do it? Keto is not sustainable. How could you do that for 4 years? Like, how is that? And
in case you don't know, he's 4 years strong into that keto.
4 years strong. So when people tell you it can't be done, just tell them, I've seen it. I know it works.
Just point him to this video.
Yeah, just share this with them.
No, while you're pointing to this video, go ahead and smash the like button and hit the subscribe button and subscribe.
Turn on notifications.
Hit the little bell button so you can see these videos as they come.
Yeah. Yeah. So being disciplined, I think, and again, this is me sharing what's worked for me and trying to motivate people to recognize that it's okay to be weak. In our weakness, God makes us strong, right? That's where He's revealed. And turning some of that over and saying, I'm weak in this. Like, I love sugar. Like, let me just tell you, I love to put sugar on my Frosted Flakes because they're not frosty enough for me. You know what I like? I like to put sugar on sugary things.
Right, dude,
and so being able to recognize that is a weakness for me.
Right.
And saying, I have to put things in place to prevent me from doing the things that I desire in my immediate feeling right now. And that's what I've done. That's how I've become quote unquote disciplined, is that I put things in place around me and people around me who are going to help me stay in my lane.